Okay, Prof, we shall begin. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your kind participation in today's webinar, Research and Publication Sharing on Agricultural and Environmental Economics. We have an esteemed guest this morning with us, Prof. Chang from the Department of Agricultural Economics, National Taiwan University, who is also the visiting professor for the MPOB-UKM Endowment Chair, to share his experiences with regard to research and publication on agricultural and environmental economics. Before I pass the floor to Prof. Chang, let me introduce our esteemed speaker today. Prof. Chang received his PhD in Applied Economics and Management from Cornell University in 2006. In the same year, he joined Department of Agricultural Economics at National Taiwan University as an assistant professor and had been promoted as a full professor in 2014. His research interest focuses on the evaluation of agricultural and public policy, farm household economics, food consumption, and economic analysis of competition law with special interest on digital economy. He is currently a co-editor of Food Policy and an associated editor of Agricultural Economics. He was the managing editor of Agricultural and Resource Economics Review and also an associate editor of Applied Economics Perspectives and Policy. Between 2006 to date, he has published more than 110 journal articles in leading economics journals, including American Journal of Agricultural Economics, European Journal of Agricultural Economics, Land Economics, Energy Journal, Strategic Management Journal, Journal of Health Economics, etc., etc. In addition, he has been invited as a speaker in several workshops organized by APEC and OECD. Between April 2015 and June 2018, he was on leave from NTU and served as a full-time commissioner of Taiwan Fair Trade Commission in Taiwan as equivalent to MYCC in Malaysia. In TFTC, he was in charge of international affairs and promoting economic analysis in the agency and attended OECD ICM, ETOP, and OECD ICN Chief Economist Workshop as a country rep. He also served as the organizer and program chair in TFTC's annual outreach programs in Southeast Asian countries. During his time in TFTC as a commissioner, he was in charge of several high-profile antitrust and merger control cases in the semiconductor and food industry. Wow, that is a great history and great biodata that you have, Prof. Chang. Without further ado, let us welcome Prof. Chang to deliver his talk and share his experiences on research and publication on agricultural and environmental economics. Prof. Chang, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for introducing me. Thank you for introducing me. So I don't have to spend too much time to do that again. And it's a great pleasure to have the talk here to share my research experience with all of you. So before I begin, I have to make it clear. So the material today I'm going to share only reflecting my own view on the research. Okay, so it's not there's no general rule and there's no perfect answer and the solution. Okay, to do the research, especially to publish the paper. So the all the information I'm sharing today, only my own view on the research, and will be much more welcome to exchange idea, okay, on this topic. So let, let me pull out my slide. Okay, okay. So the topic I'm going to share today is the research experience sharing in agriculture and environmental economics. So the reason I pick up these two topics is because most of my research work focus on these two areas. So I focus on agriculture economics and also environmental and the resource economics. Uh, so this is my simple background. So I believe the the hoster, the organizer have introduced me in very detail, so I don't need to go through that. So if you are interested in my research work, you are welcome to visit my website. Okay. Uh, the I In addition to teaching and the research, I think I'm pretty active in international research society. So right now I'm the co-editor for food policy, and I just be invited to join the advisory editorial board for the Journal of Agriculture Marketing. Yes, that's the journal from Malaysia, and I'm serving as the social editor for other two or three journals. Okay, so I I have some experience in this kind of editorial business. Okay, uh, this is the topic of today's presentations. Okay, so first thing I would like to share is talk about what hot topic, the popular research topic in these days. The second issue is the what are the harder research approach? Okay, so I think the topic and the approach are very important to deliver the interesting research and the publication today. So I focus on these two first. Then I will jump into the paper writing, okay, and doing the research. So by sharing my own experience. So the third
Prof,
topic we are going to talk about. Yeah.
We can't see you
Yes.
sharing the slides. This is
Oh,
Mr. Balu
okay,
here.
okay. Wow, wow, wow.
Well, we can only
Okay,
see your face. Sorry about that.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay.
Dia sure kan? Dia sure.
No slide. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Let me see. Can you see the slide right now?
No, Prof.
No.
You
Okay,
want us
okay,
to
okay.
share?
Let me try. Let me try another way. Let me try.
I think the organizer may have to pin the presentation and unpin your image because now we are seeing your yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now we can see the slide. But this
You can see the slide. Okay, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, sure, sure.
But we can see a slide.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, okay. Let me do that again. Let me do that again.
Huh?
Can you see my slide right now? No? Okay.
No, yes. Okay. Yeah.
No, I get it. I think I get it.
Okay. Okay. The slide is all right now.
Yeah. Okay. I apologize about it. I work on a lot of digital economy stuff, but I'm not familiar with this kind of technology.
Technology is always moving.
Okay. So this is the topic I'm going to share. Okay. So the first one will be the harder research topic. So I'm to going to share with you what I think are the hardest research topic in these days, especially in this year. And the second thing I'm going to share is the about the research approach and methodology. Okay, so I will share with some idea of the research approach. So I think the topic and the method are very important to deliver a good journal article. So I think that these two topics will be very important for a person who try to write a good papers. And the third topic I'm going to share is the my research experience. Okay, how to conduct research, how to write the paper, and what can we do in terms of the submission and the revision, so on and so forth. Okay. Then I'm going to talk about the some journals in agriculture and environmental economics. Okay, because we need to know where to submit. So so I think that's important. So the last part of my talk today is going to share with you one of my research paper. So I'm not going to share this paper just in a very standard way. I'm going to share this paper uh, by looking at the components which I will introduce later to do the research. For example, I will share you how did I motivate the research and what did I do in the method, so on and so forth. Okay. So I will go through the very raw idea or original idea in the first place when I write the paper. Okay, so that's the plan for today. So what are the hot topics right now in the recent years? I think there will be five important topics we can pay attention to. So the first one is the sustainable development goal. Okay, I believe it. And the second one is the circular economy. Okay, this one is also pretty popular. And then the third one is ESG. Okay, I think ESG is not only interesting in the research, but also very important for business maker and the manager. Okay, so another one which is also pretty hard right now in Taiwan and in other East Asia country is carbon neutral nutrient. The last one will be a COVID-19. Okay. In the beginning, we don't expect the COVID-19 will go so long, but it has been the third years when we have the first case of COVID-19. Okay. So let me introduce each topic very briefly. So if some of you are pretty interested in this kind of topic, you can search for more detailed information. Okay, but here I just give a very brief idea about what is the topic. So the circular economy. What is the circular economy? Okay, so circular economy is just like the model of production and the consumption, and which involve sharing, leasing, and reusing, and repairing, and rebuilding, recycling this the existing material and the product as long as possible. Okay, so it based on the idea of a life cycle. So in the older time when we talk about the production, we will look at the straight line. Okay, from the first degree, second degree, third degree. Okay, but when you talk about the circular economy, it's make it like the circle. Okay, circle can go forever. So it based on the idea of a life cycle, the model. Okay, so why this topic is so hard right now? Because people believe this is the way to reduce the waste. Okay, the wasting. Okay, for example, like a lot of environmental pollution. So if we can recycle, reuse this kind of polluters as an input for other production, that would be great because we can make the much better. Okay. So this is of the circular economy in Taiwan so far. We have a lot of real problem kind of sector. For example, here, the first one, we have a fish sector and the vegetable sector. What is that? So the fish, the fish will need some the material. Okay, so when the fish have some pollution out, it will give the sources for vegetable growing. Okay, when they grow up, it will go back to feed the fish again. So it makes like a circular production system here. Okay, so we have a lot of agriculture circular economy right now in Taiwan. Okay, and we also have this kind of circular economy in our livestock production. Okay, again, that will combine the crop production and the livestock harvesting. Okay, so this is all the real project promoted by the government in terms of the agriculture. Okay, and the ESG. This is the pretty the new idea right now in Taiwan, but it get a lot of attention. Part of the reason is that we try to get this ESG in action in the industry. Okay, so we will see a lot of solar energy is growing up. Okay, because people try to do the ESG in the business operation. Okay, so what is the ESG then? E actually is the environment. Okay, it's the safeguard the environment. S is the social. Okay, so you have to manage the relationship with the employee, supplier, customer, and the community as a whole. Okay, so G is the governance. Okay, so how you government the company's leadership. Okay, and the internal operation. So in the future, all the business operation probably need to be consistent with the general rule of ESG. So what is ESG in Taiwan? So we have a lot of successful example right now. See our most one. So they do put into the supply chain of to promote the another example is they use the sustainable growth commitment. Okay, so they also have a collaboration with Malaysia. They try to build the zero carbon island. Okay, so this is all the same. They try to put the ESG into action. Okay. And for some of you have ever visited Taiwan, you will know that Taiwan is also famous for our convenience store. So the one with the largest market share is 7-Eleven. Okay, so the 7-Eleven they have received the ISO certificate for greenhouse gas inspection for all the branch and franchise. Okay, so they also have a user energy saving air conditioning system. Okay, and they also use the LED lightings. Okay, they also have user environmental friendly refrigerator system and also the frozen system. Okay, in the production system. Okay, so this is the two example. Okay, for the successful ESG company in Taiwan. Okay, and what about the SDG. SDG is the Sustainable Development Goal. Okay, so this is a relatively old idea. Okay, they just promoted by United UN in 2015. Okay, so UN called for the global action plan for the next 15 years. That means that we are in the action plan path right now. So it will go until 2013. Okay, so they have a different item. They almost combine everything in our life, including the poverty issue, environmental issue, and so on and so forth. Okay. Uh, so in our university, they have a funny requirement. They require each professor to label their research work into different SDG area. So so it's just briefly sharing on my work related to SDG. So that will be item 3 and good health and well-being. So I have a paper looking at the healthcare expenditure and income loss for the farmer due to natural disaster. And I also touch upon some affordable and clean energy thing because some of my paper look at the solar power promotion plan in Taiwan. And I also worry about the forestry. So I have a few paper looking at the for forestation program and the distribution of forest fund income in Taiwan. Okay. Oh, this carbon neutrality, or sometimes combined with net zero. Oh, this is so hot topics right now. Okay, because it is hard because people right now try to have already accept the concept. Okay, but no one know what to do exactly in terms of business operation. Okay, so it make it pretty hard. Okay, so what is the idea? Is the idea just like how much you produce? So that's how much you have to absorb in terms of carbon emission. That's it. Okay, so the emission and absorption should be balanced. Okay, so how the company can balance this kind of thing? They can buy the green energy. Okay, they can do the green energy saving by themselves. Okay, so this is all the possible actions. So again, to my own views, I think people start to accept the concept right now, but no one know exactly what to do in terms of business operation. Okay. So this is some idea about the carbon emission. I believe some of you are pretty familiar with already. Okay, so we have a different type of emission. So that make this kind of this topic interesting. First of all, we have a direct emission, and we also have an indirect emission. Okay, and the third one we have active emission sources. Okay, so so that make the carbon neutrality very complicated. Okay. Uh, oops. Okay. And we have a lot of research effort put on the net zero in Taiwan, including our university. Okay. So this is five different subject we try to do. Okay. The first one will be that embody innovative model of a carbon budget for low carbon cropping system. Okay, so that's more leaded by the forest department. Okay, and we also have another forest department working on the negative carbon technology. Okay, so this is five topics. So especially the last one is leading by economists like me. Okay, why? They try to do some evaluation in terms of this kind of net carbon acting plan or strategy. Okay, so this is the structure. Actually, our university is working on right now. It try to combine different department so to do the net zero strategy in our university. Okay. The last hot topic here, I believe there's no need to show why this is a hot topic, because this is the COVID-19. Okay, so the COVID-19 has been going for like I believe this is the 30 years already. After we have the first case. Okay, so in the beginning, when we have the COVID-19, a lot of good journal, actually the best journal, have a call for special issue on the COVID-19. For example, the AJAE journal, they have a call for expedient submission, COVID-19 food environment and development. Okay, so this is the cover paper for AJE and the Journal of Urban Economics. This is also a pretty good journal in the urban planning. So they also have the special issue cover paper on COVID-19. Okay, and that's the Canadian Journal of Public Health. Okay, they also have a special issue cover paper for the COVID-19. Okay, and the GYM, okay, Journal of Environmental Economics and Management. Okay, they also have the special issue for COVID-19. So as you can see, uh, you have a different COVID special issue from different journal. Okay, that means that COVID-19 get involved in a lot of different field. Okay, so that make COVID-19 popular right now. Okay, so I think the research topic on COVID-19 are still interesting by research, because you can still see a lot of paper on COVID-19 every day. Okay, so if you look at the if you want to check how popular of this topic, the one way to do is to use Google Scholar. Okay, Google Scholar is free for everyone, so you can access Google Scholar easily. So if you go to Google Scholar and type the keyword, if you type million, okay, 2.2 million review or search on the circular economy. Okay, if you type ESG, okay, you will find 38 389,000, okay, search on that. Okay, so what is kind of surprising is net zero. Like I say, it's a growing topic. Okay, net zero and carbon neutrality. Okay, these are the most important things right now. People are interested. Okay, okay. So I have a paper on COVID-19. It's kind of surprising. It's published in AJE 2021. So just after 1 year, it received the citation for over 221 citations. Okay, only within 1 year. So it's kind of surprising to receive the top cited article award. Okay, for this kind of for this particular paper. Okay, so actually that's also surprised me, and also tell me that, oh, COVID-19 this kind of topic is still growing, and people are still interested in the topic on COVID-19. Okay, so my comment on this kind of topic selection will be, I think the first thing we can do is we can try to understand the insight and the content of each topic. Okay, then after we know the idea of each topic, so we probably can think about how to combine your own research strength, okay, with this kind of topic. For example, if you are working on the land use, land use, especially the farm land use, okay, so you can consider how to apply your data or your idea combined with kind of ESG things. Okay, that will bring you to be part of the the bigger society for this kind of hot topic. And I also have the suggestion or the comment share here. I don't think it will work if you just simply copy or follow the existing path of the current research. Okay, what do I say by that? So if someone have looked at the carbon emission and funding use pattern in US, okay, and you just apply the same idea but a different data to Malaysia. I don't think this can fly, okay, because you just provide a different empirical exercise for the exactly the same idea, okay. So I think idea matter, okay, idea matter. Idea means that it's not just like doing the empirical exercise for another country, okay. Uh, I s- I think there's still much more room for the empirical study on these 503 hot topics right now. Because like I said earlier, right now I think people have already accepted the concept, okay, but they have no idea how to make it work, okay. So means that there's still much more room for the research work to be engaged. Okay, and my own feeling about this is like this should be the multidisciplinary collaborations. Okay, what about that? Because right now you need the people from operational research, and you need economists to do the evaluation in the end. Also, you need a technician. Okay, so a good work for this kind of good work, or we say a more comprehensive work, will require a multidisciplinary collaboration. Okay, on this one. Okay. Uh, this is the first topic I'm going to share with you. So the next, I'm going to jump into the research approach. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the detail of each model because I don't want to bore you on this kind of the technical detail. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to share with you what I think is the most important approach right now. Okay, so if the approach is important, so whenever you submit a paper, people probably will worry about, or people probably will be more concerned about the problem related to this approach. Okay, so I will introduce you immediately. Okay, so among others, I think for the social science, especially economists, we have two methodological revolution over the past few decades. Okay, so the first one is credibility. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Uh, for a long time ago, so probably you just need to run some regression and tell people, okay, I'm running this kind of regression and by using the software, data or SaaS or whatever, and this is the result. Okay, so the right now the people try to do more. They try to see the how credible of your result. Okay, so especially when you talk about the policy in particular, people are interested and focus on the causality. It's not the correlation. Okay, so I am going to give you the example about to introduce this later. Okay, and another observation I have is about the big data. Okay, I believe many of you have already familiar with this term. Okay, what is the big data? So, what is a shock of big data to economic research? Okay, for me, it's just like give us the more opportunity and the more resource to collect the data, and also the data, the amounts of data is huge. Okay, compared to what we know about the data back to 30 years ago. Okay, so it also gives us the good opportunity to understand the human behavior. What do I mean by that? So one of my colleagues, they use the Google search, okay, try to get the popularity of the topic, of the research topic, okay, on the research, okay. And some of my friends, they use the Python, okay, the Python software to grab information from the website, okay, to make the data available, okay. So for this kind of thing, we don't know how to do before the big data technology coming up. Okay, so right now we know how to do that. Okay, for example, one of my previous research, I use Python to grab information from the Airbnb website. Okay, I try to get the rental information of the Airbnb in Taiwan. Okay, so that paper I co-author with my friend from the electronic engineering department. Okay, so for this kind of big data thing, again, I think that will require multidisciplinary approach. Okay, this is an interesting thing and the easy way to convince people why this topic is interesting. Okay, this is a Nobel Prize winner in economics science in 2021. Okay, it's shared by three professors. Okay, two professors, actually three of them, work on the causality inferences. So
Prof. Chang, sorry to disturb you. Can you put your slide to a slideshow?
yeah, but okay.
Okay,
It's
thank
much
you.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the Nobel winner in 2001. Okay, economic Nobel winner. Okay, so one of their contribution is try to get the random experiments idea into social science. Okay, for example, they will try to find they code a lot of experiment. Okay, for example, like the change of a minimum wage. Okay, so they will compare what is the employment rate change before and after the raise of the minimum wage. Okay, so that will give us a very clear causality inferences. Okay, so since we just get a Nobel winner for this kind of topic in 2021, so you can expect, okay, causality issue is will become more and more important in economic research right now. Okay. Okay. Uh, so you can see my slide, right? Okay. Uh, Here I would like to give you the example. Okay, why the causality is so important, and how the causality is different than the correlation. Okay. So suppose we have a policy. Okay, we have a two group. Okay, group A is the part they receive the subsidy. Okay, so they are the policy recipient. Okay, and the group B is the non-recipient. Okay, so here. Okay, and we have 2 years before and after. Okay, so we have a two group. Okay, observe in two different time. Okay, so if you only just get the data, for example, in the before period, and compare the income, so average income for these two groups, you will get the idea that, oh, group B have higher income than group A. Okay, so you do the same for after the program. Okay, so you will also find that, oh, group B have a higher income than group A. So you probably will jump into the conclusion. So policy probably will lower fund income. Why? because the group B is they did not receive any subsidy, but group A received the subsidy. So the one received the subsidy have a lower income. So if you only compare the average income between these two groups with a 1 year data, either after or before the policy, you probably will jump into the wrong conclusion. Okay. However, if you compare the 2 years data, okay, so group A will be have the income growth from this point to this point. Okay, so that means that group A, after they receive the policy assistance, their income increase as this much. And the group B, they don't have received the government assistance. They only have a smaller amount of income growth. Okay, so if you compare these two, you will find that, oh, the policy actually can increase farmers' income. Okay, so these two conclusions are totally different. So if you only look at the 1 year data, okay, you only look at the correlation. Okay, but you need the spatial the policy design, for example, like this, to look at the causality. Okay, so this is the very simple idea. Okay, to elaborate the importance of the causality, and if you only focus on the correlation, you probably will jump into pretty wrong answers. Okay. So the rising importance of causality inferences. So I apologize because this line is more like econometric language. So I will go pretty fast. So the causality is actually is talking about the unobservable control factor things. Okay, so sometimes we also use a technical term called this endogeneity. Okay, so if you search around the endogeneity in the publication journals, you will find that it's kind of popular. Okay, so right now almost all the papers published in the first tier journal, they need to deal with the causality issue pretty carefully. Okay, so another term you will find is also the control factor outcome, that kind of thing. But they're talking about the same thing. For me, that's all causality. And to solve the causality, the problem, there have been many different the method. Okay, for example, that will be a randomization and the regression and the matching and the instrumental variable and the differences in differences and the regression discontinuity. Okay, so I believe if some of you working on the empirical econometrics work, you probably will heard about it or even just apply this by yourself. So you can get the idea about this. But in the end, all of these methods just try to get the answer for the causal inferences. Okay. 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 So this is the picture I found in one interesting papers. Okay. So the title is Technology and the Big Data Changing Economy. Okay, meaning tests to check methods. Okay, so if you find this is the number of statistics over time to 2004 to 2019. Okay, so you look at the number of papers. Okay, they have like a causality. They doing this kind of causality. You will find out does increase a lot. Okay, increase a lot. Okay, and the proportion, the fraction of the paper is also growing a lot. It's almost of the NBER working papers, and including the top 5 econ journals. Okay, they have to deal with the causality issue. Okay, okay, okay. So that will be end of the second part of my talk. Okay, I just briefly mentioned causality is very important. Okay, so people right now need to worry about the causality. So especially if you want to publish the paper in a pretty decent journal, I think that's pretty important. Okay. And the third thing I'm going to talk about is my own research experience. Okay. Uh, so first thing first, how to select uh, a research topic. I think there's three things we can talk about. So we can select something we don't know that much so far. Okay, for example, if there's a new policy, okay, or the new application to a country or area, okay, that's definitely something we don't know. Okay, so this will be a good research topic to do. Okay. If we don't have the luxury to have that, what else can we do? Okay, I think the second way to select the research topic is something we have already know, but we are still interested in knowing more. Okay, for example, people have used method 8 to find some results. Okay, but after 10 years, we have a much more advanced method. So you can try to apply to use the advanced method, okay, to look at the exactly the same question. So if you can find a new result, that's definitely fit in this category. Okay. Okay, so but if you want to follow this way to do the research, I think a deeper analysis is required. Okay, the if we don't have these two ways to do the research, so there's still something we can provide the better evidence. Okay, for example, you have a better skill or you have better data. Okay, so you have a better data and you can deliver the better evidence. Okay, that's also the way I think we can select a research topic. Okay. Uh, the next topic is how to select the research topic. Okay, so I have a very simple rule. Okay, for me it's like a wine versus a bottle. Okay, so that's an American way saying that we have all wines with new bottles. Okay, all the new bottle with all wine, all new bottle with new wine. Okay, so you can look at a combination. So for me, what is a wine? Because I'm the empirical economist. So the wine means material. Okay, and what is a bottle means the topic. Okay, so let's try several examples. Then you probably will know what do I mean by that. Okay, so if we see a paper with the first topic, impact of a disaster payment on funding values. Okay, and the second paper have exactly the same title, but they have a subtitle, an application of the mainstream frontier model. Okay, and then the third paper is to have a very similar title, but the subtitle changed to empirical evidence of fruit farms in Taipei City. Okay, so the question is, my question to you is, what do you expect to see behind each title? Okay, so this is what I mean. Selecting the research topic is the simple rule is the why and the bottom. Okay. For example, I will expect to see a lot of new stuff for the first paper. Okay, because it seems like this is the brand new idea. Okay, so they have the new wine also have a new put into the new bottle. Okay, so the second paper I will expect this topic has been examined by other period research. Okay, but right now they try to apply the new method on this topic. Okay, this is what I expect from the second paper. The third paper, I probably will not be that excited about it. Okay, because it just tell me that, oh, this author probably just have a different data. Okay, all the data in other area. Probably no one have done the research, exactly the same research in Taipei City. Okay, okay, but they have done that in US or Malaysia, whatever. Okay, so so you will see the different level, okay, from these three topics. So that's why I'm saying I think all of these three paper are publishable, okay, are publishable, but they probably will be located in different level of journals. Okay, okay. Uh, what is the contributions? Okay. I think the contribution will highly depend on how you highlight your research. Okay, and you have the constraint on that. Okay, for example, for the first paper, you probably can highlight the idea. Okay, it definitely will be the new idea for the first title of the paper. Okay, the second title of paper, you probably have to focus on the methodology. Okay, because it appear to use advanced methodology is what you can contribute to the existing studies. Okay, and then for the third paper, which focus on the Taipei City one, I would, if I was the author, I think I will highlight or focus on the good quality of the data and how specialty of the Taipei City to examine to be used to examine this topic. Okay, so. Uh, so when you try to highlight your contribution, I would suggest you make a very close connection to the literature review. Okay, the literature review is try to let the reader know how you familiar with this topic. But to me, the most important thing to do the literature review is try to highlight the shortcoming or the drawback. Okay, of the previous studies. Okay, to me, that's the purpose, the main purpose to do the literature review. Okay, so when don't forget when you finish your literature review, I think you probably need to you have to make it pretty clear what is still missing. Okay, so far, so that will make your contribution pretty clear. Okay. And the second thing, from my own experience as an editor, I will be more welcome to see the general broad idea or concept in the paper. What do I mean by that? So, uh, one type of paper is kind of dangerous. For example, if I look at the particular land use program in Taiwan, so I start writing my paper, just talk about everything about the program in Taiwan. That will make this paper pretty narrow. Okay, because right now you are targeting on international journals. Most of the reader are are not familiar with what's going on in Taiwan. So that's your job to make your research topic more general or more broad. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. Okay, and the third thing I think be be humble and honest on your contribution. What do I mean by that? Sometimes, most of the time, I read my students' paper. They always like say, "Oh, this is the first paper." Blah 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 blah. Okay, so I think you probably need to avoid to use this term because you probably just limited on your existing knowledge. This is the first thing. This is the first paper on this topic, but you probably still missing some literature you did not review. Okay, so become and honest about the your eye. That's interesting. Okay. What is the reasonable structure of empirical papers? Okay. First of all, we'll have an introduction. Okay, and the second thing we'll have a background information, and we will have a theory. Okay, or working hypothesis. It depends on the writing style. Okay, for the economics journal, we always have an outline, the mathematical theory. Okay, but for the management journal, they are more used to build a different working hypothesis. Okay, and also the master and the material. Okay, that will be a place you talk about your data and then your master, and also the result and the discussion. The final section should be with some policy implication or research limitation. Okay, so it, I believe most of you have a very good experience writing a paper. So you probably will agree with me. This is the common structure we see for reasonable empirical papers. Okay. So in the introduction, what are the issue here? I think introduction should include these different items. First thing, what are the issue are you addressing in this paper? Okay, for sure, this is the important thing you have to do. But sometimes people forget to elaborate the importance of this topic. Okay, for example, if I have a topic on the farmers' pension program, okay, I have to speak loudly how important is the farmers' pension program. Okay, why should we study a farmer pension program? For example, one of the reason is like most of the farmer are family farmer, so they are self-employed, so they don't have this kind of worker retirement package for them. Okay, so that's one way to highlight the importance of this topic. And then I have to elaborate, okay, why this topic is important. It's not only for a specific country, but also for the entire world. Okay, so then you have to introduce, tell the reader how you answer this research question. For this part, it's almost like introduce your data and the methodology. Okay, and you probably will have a show the paragraph to talk about the main findings of this paper. Okay, and then you will have the contribution. Okay, you probably you have to highlight your contribution. Okay, make the reader have a good idea about the contribution of your paper. Okay, in the introduction. Okay, this is not the the standard and the fixed format for all of the papers. Okay, this is just what I think as the journal editor they would like to see. Okay, in the introduction. So I would like to say more about the introduction because right now I'm the co-editor for the food policy. So the food policy received more than 12,000 submission per years. So means that even one co-editor, I have to deal with more than like 30 or 40 submissions per month. Okay, so sometimes I will need to deal with like 10 submissions a day. Okay, so how can I design which one is going for external review, which one have to that's rejected? Okay, so the introduction is very important. So every time when I read the introduction, I will focus on this 5 topic. Okay, I will try to see what is a topic and what the topic is important. Okay, how the author try to answer the research question and the contribution. Okay, so it has to be pretty fast. It probably take a five minutes or less than 10 minutes. I have to read the whole thing and make a decision because there's too much stuff on hand. So introduction is a very important, and you probably need to spend more time to think what you have to write in the introduction. Okay. Literature review. What is the literature review doing? Of course, this section has to review a relevant article to your topic. Okay, but sometimes people will have an independent section for literature review, but sometimes some author would like to combine the literature review into the introduction section. So this is just about the different the style of writing. So you can decide what you can do. Okay. Uh, I don't know about you, but some of my students they will always ask me the same question: what kind of article should I include it? Okay, and also have I reviewed enough materials? I have already reviewed 10 papers on this topic, but apparently, there's a lot of tons of paper outside. I didn't have enough time. So the question is, have I reviewed enough? And my own view on that is like you never ever review enough articles, okay, in the literature review because there are always more and more on that. But what is important is like make sure to summarize the finding of the previous study, okay, by what articles you have a review, okay, because you know what, this will be the good way for you to highlight your research contribution later on, okay? Because when you summarize the finding, you definitely will provide your own opinion about the current contribution of this study. So there may be something missing, okay? So for you to address. So that will be a good place to connect your contribution to the previous literature, okay? And another thing I want to remind is please always select papers in good journal, okay? Because a good journal they have more serious annual review, external review, so they probably will you can provide better quality journals, okay? So please select the paper to review for the paper published in good quality journals, okay? Result and discussion. I think this is the almost the heart of the papers. Okay, the center of the paper. Okay, so for sometimes, especially for this for non-English native speaker like us, we probably need to make sure we present the result precisely. Okay, at least the people have to understand what's going on. Okay, and in these days, if you want to publish your paper in good journal, you probably need to show the validation of the result. Okay, you probably need to put a lot of placebo tests, robustness tests, this kind of thing. Okay, and the first thing you probably need to discussion should be highly connected with your result. Don't go too far from your result. Okay, so sometimes, so again, my rule is be humble and professional about your result. Okay, so if you only look at the farmer's income in the paper, but in the conclusion you don't want to go too far to look at the policy to like consumption or thing. Okay, that's not the thing you are working in your papers. Okay. Uh, so what is the components of good empirical papers? I would say a very attractive topic for sure. That would be the way to catch the eyeball. Okay, and clear writing and the presentation. I think that's also essential. Okay, people. The bottom line is people have to understand what you try to express in the paper. Okay. Uh, and the third thing, especially for us, a non-English speaker, we need to be careful to make sure that the paper is free of writing error or mistakes. Okay. Sometimes we can ask for the proofreading before you submit your paper. That will help a lot. Okay. And a good paper need to have a very solid empirical analysis. Okay. For example, if the paper only stay with the correlation analysis and without anything on causality, I would say there's a little chance for this paper to be published in a very good journal. Okay. And the deeper analysis or elaboration of the result, yeah, for sure, that's also necessary. Okay. So writing your papers, I would say, first of all, be humble to write your papers. Please just state the scope, okay, and don't go too far. Don't make it too broad, okay. And probably sometimes you will ask, how detailed should I provide? Okay. For example, if you want to introduce a new policy, that's the center of your paper. You probably will wonder how detailed of the policy implementation should you provide. Okay. And you probably will also wonder how many tables should I present. Okay. And the third thing, should I just show the drawback of my study? Because as an author, you are the one who know any drawback, okay, of your research. Okay, so probably you will wonder if I want to put into the end of the paper as the research limitation or not. I think all of these three questions, there's no perfect answer for that. Okay, that depends on what kind of journal you are targeting. Okay, and how big of the paper you try to make. Okay. So where to submit the paper? Okay. In my more than 10 years of research experience, I would say I always tell my students, you just in the business after you finish your draft. Okay. So most of the students think, oh, I finished the draft. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm going to a celebration party because the paper definitely will be accepted one day. I think that's totally wrong idea. You are not even close to the game, okay, before you finish your draft. And after you finish your draft, you just get a ticket to the game. Okay. So there's a big fighting after you finish your draft. Okay. There's some question around. First of all, which journal should I submit? Okay. And sometimes you might the student be a more careful student. They probably will wonder, is this version ready to go, or should I do more? Okay, should I get more data, address more issue? And another question is, okay, you submit your paper to a journal, and you have a good day because the editor give you revise and resubmit opportunity. The next thing, and then you open you look at the reviewer comment. Okay, in my first several times when I receive the real comment, I just totally don't know what to do. I just, frankly speaking, I have no idea what to do. Okay, so that's so how to handle reviewers' comment is also pretty important for you to get the paper finally published in a journal. Okay. So where to submit? Where to submit? There's the general concept about the mainstream journal in each field. Okay. For example, in economics, they will have they usually call top 5 journals. That will be AER, QJE, Journal of Political Economy, and Econometrica. Okay. Okay, so and the Review of Economic Studies. These are the top 5 journal in econ. So how about ag econ? Okay, I would say AJE and the European Review of Agricultural Economics. These are the two leading journals. one in the US, another one is Europe. Okay, so these two people probably will agree. These two are the leading journals. Okay, in terms of environmental economics, Jim, Journal of Environmental Economics and Management, and there's a new journal. I will show you the picture later on. They call JAREA. That's also growing up very fast. I think they only 3 years ago, but it have a pretty good reputation. And land economics, okay, is also a very well-known journal for people working on the like the land economics area. Okay, how about development? Okay, I know the like area like South Asia. In most of the you are worried about the are interested in about development topic. That's good. The leading journal of development economics, I think definitely everybody will agree that's a JDE. Okay, Journal of Development Economics. And there's another one. It's also popular. It's called the World Development. World Development is also popular. So these two are the leading journals in the development economics. And if you want to work on some food and consumption economics topic, uh, food policy is among the first one. And the food policy has been cited a lot because food policy is not read by the economists, the nutrition, social science, okay, and the public health. They probably were sometimes interested on this topic as well. Okay, so that make food policy have a very high impact factor and a lot of citations. Okay. Okay, here. This is on the left panel. Is the AJA. Okay, and the right panel is the European Review of Agricultural Economics. Okay, so these two are what I think the first tier the journals. Okay, so I want to let you know that different journal require different material and the bottle. Okay, so these two journal they require new wine in new bottle. Okay, okay. The second tier Ag Econ journal will be Journal of Agricultural Economics. Okay, what I call the second tier. They also publish good quality papers. Okay, I also have a paper published there. But the some people always will label as like a regional journal because this is from UK. Okay, this is from the Society of Agricultural Economics in UK. Okay, and the AEPP is also the regional journal. Okay, and the Australia Journal of Agriculture and Resource Economics. Okay, this is from Australia. Okay, so so this other journal because that's a regional journal, they will prefer have a strong preference for the paper from that area. Okay, that's why they did not receive the like as large as a citation as like an HA. Okay. So development journal. Okay, this is the world development. Okay, world development.
Prof, would you like to take a break?
Yes, right. Okay. So just give me the 1 more minute. Let me finish it. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are the three journals here. Okay, for development and the environment. Okay. So the environment. See, this is the gym, and this is the new journal I just mentioned. JAERE. Okay. This is a new journal, and this is a land economics. Land economics have a long history. It's published by Wisconsin Madison and have a long history. Okay, so this land economics has a pretty strong reputation. Okay, and there are also some journal if you're interested in the forest economics. This is probably the good journal you can try. Forest policy and economics, and also another land use policy. Okay, you focus on the land topic, but they will look at the other topics as well, like geographic. Okay. How to justify the journal's quality? in addition to the general reputation. I don't know that much about Malaysia, but in many countries, including Taiwan, so we will rely on we call the impact factor, IF. The impact factor is a number of citations from that journal divided by the number of published papers. Okay, so for example, you publish 10 papers in a year, but you receive 100 citations. Your impact factor will be 10. Okay, so you can use a journal or citation report, which we call the JCR, okay, to try to browse or search the topic of the journal you are interested in. Okay, so for example, this is the citation, okay, from AJE. Okay, so you can get all the detail. AJE is published in 1997. Okay, and this is the impact factor. Okay, I think I can take a very short break here, and before I take the break, I can take one or two questions.
Okay, thank you. There's already one question in the chat box. I'll read that to you. How about conducting a research on the contemporary motivation involving the geopolitical situation affecting the world economy? For example, Russian-Ukrainian war, and especially on the soft oil, the oil palm supply chain, etc. This will complement the list you have mentioned earlier, Prof, including SDG, ESG, and COVID-19.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is a pretty good chance to talk about the hot topic. Like I say, I think a hot news topic is not quite the same as the hard research topic. Okay, like the Russia-Ukraine thing, I think that's the pretty hard news topic. But for me, it's not like a wonderful or wonderful or hard research topic. Okay, because it's just like the event. Okay, but if you want to touch upon about that, I think for me, I will first of all, I try to understand what is the issue, what is going on with the topic. Then I will combine my research interest into that. For example, if I have a long time interest in this kind of exogenous shock on residential income, I will consider this Ukraine and Russia war as the exogenous shock. Okay, I will look at how that affects residential income, and I probably will compare my results to other historical events. Okay, so that will be the way to motivate the paper. Okay.
Okay, thanks. That is from J. Hassan Masuki. Thank you for the question. Is there any more questions? If no, then we'll let Prof. Chang have a 2 minutes break.
Okay. Yeah. I can be back in 2 minutes. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Professor.
Hi, yes, Mr. Valu, how are you?
Fine. Hey, next time when you all send me the link, the link was never sent. I already registered long time already, but the link was never sent. Until this morning, I had to call Ajla and ask for the link. And then the link, when you put the tiny URL, when I click on it in the computer, it doesn't go there.
Oh, okay.
Please take note of this, because you put the Zoom registration, fine. But then you don't give the Zoom proper link, because normally the Zoom link will be written there as Zoom. But this one doesn't have anything. When I press tiny URL.com, it goes to asking me to upload, what do you call that, tiny URL website. That's not the way it should be done. Like when you put there, normally when you put a Zoom link, when you click on it, it must go straight to Zoom. It's not happening in my computer. So I had to use my handphone now. I'm using my handphone to see y'all.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll let the secretariat know about this.
Yeah, please, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks, Prof.
Yes.
But it's, so far the presentation is good.
Good. Where are you now, if I may ask?
That's a good one. No, I'm still very much active in the palm oil industry.
Good.
It's just that what do you call that? People do send quite a lot of invitations, so I have to pick and choose which is the one. But MPOB-UKM Endowment Chair, I've been very actively involved those days, so I still give priority to that. So I've attended all the webinars organized by the chair.
Good. Please visit us if you have time, Mr. Balu.
Yeah. One of these days. One of these days.
Yeah.
So how's your better half? Good, Prof?
Yeah, sure. We PM that.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
I know this is an official meeting, so I don't want to ask further, but just to keep in touch. And send my regards to all the professors who are still there at the UKM that I know of.
Yeah, sure.
It's a pleasure meeting you again, Prof.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it will finish at what, 12, is it? Is that what you're targeting at?
No, but 11 or plus minus 11.
11, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. No, because so far he's good. I mean, we made the right choice in choosing the Prof from Taiwan. He is good in his this thing, because I think the latest one which I found from him was the causality. Yeah? I think the impact of causality, I think, is very much in demand, because previously we only talked about regression analysis, correlation, but without the causal impact factor being highlighted. And he has brought out that very important point. I noticed that in his presentation, and I think he has put it well by connecting the things. I think that's something new where this Prof has just highlighted. There is papers which are talking about causality, but not so much in giving the emphasis. So he has done that by giving that emphasis, and I think it's very good for research. In fact, I wanted to ask him one question, because there are cases where some people have done the field research, come out with a result which is different from what is happening on the ground and reported by the industry members. He or she may not adhere to that result. The results of the research as compared to what the industry wants are two different things. Okay, the industry still insists that the research results are not comprehensive enough. So that contention still comes. So because you do a research, but the research results show something else, but the industry says, no, that's not correct. So this is something that I've noticed lately, coming from industry members. They said you go back to your drawing board and do a review of your research. So I've noticed that. So this is something that I'm not sure how Prof will address it, but it's a good thing for him to look at, because there are cases of this nature lately happening with research undertakings by certain.
Chang is there, so maybe he could address your question.
Yeah. I mean, let him have a rest first, He has been talking non-stop, no?
or let him address your question at the end of the session.
So because I don't want to interrupt his. That's why I never ask any questions until he's more at ease,
Okay. I see Prof. Chang is back.
Okay, good.
Again. Yeah. So I hope you are re-energized. And okay, please continue. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I get some interesting question already.
Yeah, you already have one.
I will have a chance to.
Sure.
Right. So let me move on. Let me move on. So I will back to the question later. So what I'm trying to emphasize is like a different naval journal publish different papers. Okay, so this paper to me that's a new one in new title. Okay, because you look at the title, you will see, oh, this is the something never be before. So this is the topic I grabbed. Regional the differences. Okay, like other like okay, dynamic programming, Africa. Okay, so you will see like okay, this is what I label new wine in the older battle. Okay. Uh, So for especially for the young scholars, sometimes you will wonder if this version ready to go or not. Okay, there's no perfect answer for that. So the answer will depending on your experience. Okay, so if you ask me, I will suggest you to check some recent paper published in that journal you are interested. For example, if you try to target an HAE and you have the first draft already, but you are not sure is that enough or not. So if I was you, I would just read one or two papers recently published by HAE to see if they require more. For example, if they have a very intensive section for placebo test or like a robustness test, that will give you some message. You need to have that kind of things in your paper. Okay, try to survive there. Okay, and another more straightforward way is like sometimes try to get some opinion from your peer group. For me, for my own experience for over 15 years, I think that's a value for my senior co-authors. Okay, especially my thesis advisor in the first couple years when I get into this business. Okay, what is the decision you might receive? The worst one is the desk rejection. Okay, and under review or major revision or minor revision. Okay, so I know some of you, when you get a rejection, you probably will feel frustrated, feel sad. And let me tell you one thing: don't do that, please. Okay, never feel frustrated with rejection. Okay, because you don't have the time to cry. So the only thing you have to do is look at the comment and search for another journal to submit your paper. That's it. Okay. And there's a new rule. Okay, so a new rule is expedient submission. Okay, you have to be careful about this because some journals have another option for the author to do that. But this kind of expedient submission, that's only two stage. The first stage, just like a regular stage, when the editor receives the submission, if they like it, think is publishable, they will send out for external review. Okay. Then after the editor received the reviewer comment back, they probably will just like have a two decision. Ask the author to have a minor revision, or they just reject it. Okay, so expedient decision about expedient submission, sometimes it will be sounds like attractive because that will save a lot of time, but I think it will have a higher chance to get a reject. Okay, so another thing I would like to talk about the how to handle reverse comment. I think this is the most important thing, and that requires experience. Okay, the basic idea and the attitude is like treat this kind of review comment very seriously, and read it twice or three times, and think more about these comments. Okay, and don't forget to read the handling editor's overall comments. Okay, sometimes when you receive the decision later, they will say, okay, dear author, I have invited like two reviewer to look at your papers. So, and I would suggest you to do the following. Okay, don't forget what the editor suggests are the most important thing. Okay, then the reviewer. Okay, so that's important. So how to treat rejected manuscript? I would say like if you have a review comment, just look at to see that makes sense or not. Okay, if that makes sense to you, you just modify your paper. And again, you don't have to time to cry. You just submit your paper. Look at the next journal to go. Okay. Oh, this is a serious issue. Plagiarism. Okay, this has become a very serious issue right now when you submit a paper. So for a lot of journals, when you submit your paper, okay, the secretariat office will go through the checking system before they pass the paper to the editor. Okay, for example, they will check the similarity check. Okay, so for this example, that's only 8%. It's fine. Okay, for the better quality of the journal, the lower the similarity index, they would like to accept. Okay, so reasonable 10% or even the 10 to 15% is okay. But for very good, very good journal, the maximum allowance is only 10%. Okay. Another thing relevant to the research is about the conference. Okay, I believe some of you may wonder, should I attend the conference to present my paper, or I just since I finished it, I just submit it. Why should I spend so much money to attend a conference? Okay, and waste so much time to present my paper. What is the purpose of doing this, and what is your attitude to present the paper? Okay. For me, I think to attending a conference is very important because you would like to receive the comment from the auditorium from the audience. Okay, so going to a conference for me the purpose are two. The one is present your paper, try to get a comment, and the second one is to have social networking. Okay, and the attitude to present a paper for most of the students, they finish a paper, they're pretty proud of paper. They forget the chance to take the comment. Okay, that's not right at all. Okay, so the reason you present a paper is try to get a comment. So if you don't have any comment from the floor to your paper, you didn't get you almost get nothing for presenting your paper in the conference. Okay. Comment on paper writing is everyone have to read good quality papers and also focus on limited topic of your research. What do I mean by that? You don't want to work agriculture for one paper, forest for another paper, and founding use for the third paper. You just have too many different too much different interests in a lot of different topics. That will make you not focus on one topic. Okay, so I would say like just focus on limited topic of your research, and please be patient of your research work. Okay, sometimes a very good paper published first tier journal like QJ, it will take like 3 or 5 years. Okay, so be patient of your research. And also connect your expertise with a new or hot topic. Okay, I think I have elaborated this before. And for policy studies, please get yourself familiar with the policy content. I think that's important. Okay, so sometimes we will in the food policy. Sometimes we will receive some paper prepared by U.S. scholar, but focus on Africa. Okay, So one of the typical problem for that paper is like you can tell they don't get a very detailed insight about the program itself. It's pretty like just on the surface. It's a pretty general basic idea about the program. That will get a reject, definitely. Okay, so that's why I'm saying for the policy study, you probably need to get familiar with the policy content. Okay, this is very important. Okay, and always find a private method and the data to write your papers. Okay, and please remember to present your paper before it to journals. This will be the first part of my presentation. I apologize. I don't expect that it will take so much time to do it. So for the second part, for the remaining almost 15 minutes, I would like to introduce you of my recent paper. So I'm not going to go through all the detail of the paper. Instead, what I'm trying to do is try to share the way I motivated this research and what is the method or material I use and what is the answer I find. Most importantly, what I think the contribution we can highlight. Okay, so this is the part I will try to share with you using this paper. Okay, so the topic of the paper is COVID. So this paper, this is a key point I would like to share with you. This paper, okay. Some background information about COVID-19 and the air quality. Okay, so to reduce the spread of COVID-19, many cities and the country implement the restriction on business operation and the mobility of a resident. Okay, so the closure of a restaurant and other retail manufacturing, so limit movement and reduce economic output. Okay, so the question is, did this restriction affect air quality or not? Okay, because trying to reduce the spread of COVID-19, a lot of restriction has been imposed and implemented. Okay, so the question is, will that affect air quality or not? Okay, so I gathered some information from the Median report or newspaper. Okay, they say that that's probably the only good thing about COVID-19 because that improve air quality. Okay. Uh, Here's a picture I can find. Pollution. Okay, here clear out after the COVID-19. Okay, so in the Europe you find the same. Okay, that's the area, just the neighborhood area around Paris after COVID-19, and the air get much better after COVID-19. Okay, and then this picture is about the U.S. You don't see any heavy travel in the U.S. during the COVID-19 period. Okay, and you also you see there's a CNN report even say air pollution fall by unprecedented level in the major global cities during the COVID-19 lockdowns. Okay, so this is the information I get. That made me wonder. I'm sorry. So we see the same thing in China and the U.S. Okay, China there's no people on the street, and the U.S. a lot of restaurant has been closed. Okay. Uh, this is the information I get. So that make me wonder, okay, this kind of restriction will improve air quality. But in Taiwan, I find a different thing. Okay, because Taiwan have a different different restriction. So we still promote the social distancing within the country. Okay, and Taiwan have a border control, quarantine from international arrival for 14 days. Okay, and promoting of a use of a face mask in public. So in other words, there's no strict restriction on mobility within Taiwan. Okay. So this is the thing. Okay. So you see, the metro you still seeing the metro here, and you see people still dining in the restaurant, but with prevention. Okay. This is why we see in Taiwan in 2020, in the first year of COVID-19. That made me wonder, will we find a different result for Taiwan? Okay, because of the different implementation of the restriction against COVID-19. And if we find a different result, why is that? Why is that? Okay, because we don't have a mandatory restriction. So if you find a different result, they definitely have a different mechanism. So that's the way that's the motivation I have. Then I do the literature review. Okay. Oh, literature tell me that okay, this is the 5 polluters. Okay, most of the paper focus on. Okay, so that made me make a decision. If I want to compare result in Taiwan and other country, I probably have to focus on the same polluters. Okay, so the research objective is pretty clear. First of all, I try to identify the causal effect of COVID-19 on air pollution, okay, in Taiwan, okay. Then I look at the mechanism behind my findings, okay, good. What is the framework here? Just like I say, I try to look at the causality. So this is the whole story here. The COVID-19 here, and that will change people's transportation, and that will affect the air quality. That's the whole idea here in this paper. Okay, I will show you later all the evidence. And I use a DID method, which I introduced when we talk about the causality. Okay, so we have 2 groups because January 22nd is the first day we have a case in 2020 in COVID-19. So I use this January 1st to January 22nd as the before COVID-19 period, and after COVID-19 period, and I compare 2 years. Okay, so that will give me back to the example I just show you. Okay, so this way can identify the causal effect, not only the correlation. Okay, and I run the econometrics model just like that, and I collect the data. You see, I think in this paper, the data is also part of my contribution. You see, I combine the data from different sources. Okay, I have COVID-19 data from CDC. I have air quality data from the EPA. I also have transportation data, traffic data, okay, from other places, okay. So I just do the analysis here, and let me show you the result. Let me show you the result. Okay, here. This is the main result. Oh, I find that the COVID-19 increase the air pollution here. Okay, this is the totally different result from the US and from the other country. Okay, you see, that's the increase. Okay, so part of the reason, and that's also increased significantly. Okay, in the working days. So this is the main result I find. Then next part I try to get the answer. Why make this case like this? Okay. Then I find an interesting thing. You see, I find that the metro people use a less metro, okay, especially in the working days, okay, and the people drive their small car, they use their small car, okay, they use more on their car because they try to decrease the chance of infection, okay. And the large car is no significant, and the motorcycle, people use more on motorcycle, okay, and the U-bike also decrease, okay. So the conclusion is like this paper find a different things, okay, compared to other country. Actually, we find that COVID-19 actually is a worsen the air quality, not improve. Okay, what is that? Because people no longer take a measure that often. Instead, they still need to walk. So because we don't have a social lockdown, so they still need to walk. They change to a motorcycle or personal vehicle on that. Okay. Uh, and we also find that there's no win-win strategy for prevention. Okay, that will be among the economy, health risk, and the air quality. Okay. And I also search for some news, find that my result is consistent with the later on news in Taiwan. Okay, so this is a contribution. Okay, I would say that this is the first paper look at the situation without serious and I use the real-time data, and I identify the causality, okay, of of COVID-19 and air quality, and find most important thing, we find a totally different result compared to the case in US and other place. I think that's the contribution. Okay, okay, good. So if you want to know more about the paper, know about the project, you can read my paper published in a journal, Environmental Management, and also another version in the NBBR. Okay, and that will be the end of my presentation. So yeah, I would like to stop here and save the time for take some questions.
Thank you, Prof. Chang, for the enlightening lecture. And I believe the participants have already gotten a lot of insights from your sharing in terms of research and publication in agriculture and environmental economics. So without further ado, I think we'll go straight to the Q&A, if it is okay with you, Prof.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's one in the chat box by who? Annie, yeah? By Annie, Miss Annie, I believe. Current thinking on economic approach has moved towards ecological economics. Where does circular economy stands in ecological economics, which stresses on regenerative economy for sustainability, which seems to be beyond circular economy. Regenerative economy stresses on transdisciplinary approach instead of multidisciplinary approach. Please comment, Prof. Chan.
Okay. Can I see the question here?
In the chat box, yes.
Yeah, chat box.
Nothing. You can. Okay. Copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the meantime, I didn't get I still didn't get the detail of the question, but I think I can make some comment on the question though. So the circular economy is a big topic. just like I say, for this kind of topic, definitely require a multidisciplinary approach. So that will take time. I will use one of the example to talk about the importance of multidisciplinary team. So in our university, we try to look at the net zone project. So we set up the team. Okay. So but this project needs to be the pretty comprehensive. So that environmental engineering and also economists and also social science. Okay, so we make a good team on this. So sometimes because use a different language, so we spend a lot of time to make sure we are on the same page. Okay. So this is the thing about the multidisciplinary team. Okay. As a move over, yes. Okay. This is a good question though. That depends. Uh, how far of the area you want to talk about the circular economy. Definitely, I think ecological economics is a part of that. Okay, so I would say that will be the, for example, like a second generation of the circular economy literature. First generation is talk about how can we make the circular economy working. Okay, so for once we have the idea how to make a life cycle model working, okay, then we will consider the outcome or the impact to other area. Okay, so I think ecological economics will play this kind of part. Okay, so when we talk about the impact of circular economy, especially then we that will be the time we will focus on the ecological economics. Okay, and regenerative economy, yeah, people talk about that. People talk about that a lot, like regenerative economy, because right now we have the open war. Okay, so every time we want to talk about the sustainability, we probably need to talk about the international cooperation. Yes, I think I think that's right. I think that's right. But I think when we serious talk about the regenerative economy, that's the time we want to make a real action, because the real action needs to work under the international cooperation. Okay, so I think we still not be ready to get into the real action part. So we still have time. Just like I said, there is still much more room to be understand the circular economy. Yeah, good. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I think that's about the my comment to the Annie's question.
Okay. Yeah. Um, Miss Aini, I hope Prof. Chang has answered your question. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Any other questions from the participants? You can ask directly if you do not want to type in the chat, but if you want to type in the chat, it's also okay.
If there's no other question, I would like to take the opportunity to answer to answer probably a Professor Nabalempan, right? Is that pronunciation right? So when the break, he raised a very good comment, which I totally agree. Okay, so Professor Balu mentioned that. Okay, so research is one thing. How to put it into action in a business orientation, another thing. Okay. So sometimes if you have a research outcome, you submit this outcome, make a recommendation to business guy. They look at it and throw it back to you, say no, this is not working. you probably need to need to remodel or refine in your research. I think I have a good pretty experience right now regarding the circular economy because the Taiwanese government spend a lot of money. That's a four-year government project. Put the money to the experimental station. They try to develop different skill or technology to promote the circular economy. Okay, so after 3 years, when they have the outcome, they try to promote this technology into business. Okay, so that's coming into the question that the enterprise don't like it. One of the reasons is the cost is really too high. Okay, when the experimental station development this kind of circular technology, they don't care about the cost because that's government funded project. Okay, but if you want to carry this kind of technology into real world operation, enterprise will care about the project. Okay, so in the end, most of the cases they think the benefit cost is really low, or the ratio of benefit cost is really low. Okay, so they probably cannot. Although the technology is pretty fancy, pretty useful to their business, but the cost is really high. Okay, that's the one of the situation we have in Taiwan. Okay, so the government still trying to negotiate or try to initiate another subsidy program or whatever, try to increase the adoption in the enterprise.
Prof, this is Balu here again.
Yes, yes, please, Mr. Balu.
Okay, Prof, thank you very much for the explanation. The Taiwan example was a good one. But what I'm trying to tell you here is that industry members sometimes, I'm just sharing this with you, they feel that they know better what's happening on the ground. So your study, you may take up a study, but the results of the study may not match up to what the industry is saying. And repeatedly they say that please go back and revise your study. In this kind of instances, your research results may not be convincing to them. So you come to a standstill where you are at loggerhead with what industry says and what the research findings are. What do you do then? Thank you.
The simple answer is to figure out who is the boss first.
Yeah, that's true.
That will determine your independency, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think working with the government project, I mean the independent academic project, is always totally different than working as a consultant to the enterprise. Okay, because the demand is different.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the independent research, you can do whatever you want. I mean, in terms of the conclusion, okay, you have a pretty much good room to address. But working for the enterprise, you probably have to figure out what exactly they need, and of course, communication, effective communication is very, very important in my own experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Before you do the project. Okay. And the scope is very important because sometimes as a scholar we have more ambitions, to do more. But for this kind of project-specific research, you probably need to focus on the scope. Okay. Again, so the effective communication is very, very important before you get your hand dirty on this kind of enterprise project.
So in other words, Prof, what you're saying is that have first-hand discussions with the parties concerned to set the record straight first before you embark on the project. Am I correct?
Yes, definitely. And you write it down precisely. Yeah. This is the item you have to deliver, and this is the 3 questions you want to address. That's it. And then focus on this one. Don't go too far. Because that's exactly the item, the answer they need. They usually are not interested in more than anything than that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that sharing of information, Prof. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. We will allow one last question from the floor. Anyone? No? Okay. Okay. If no, then I would like to take this opportunity to thank Prof. Hong Hao Chang for the enlightening lecture. And well, before I conclude, I will read one comment from the chat box from Dr. Halima. Hi, dear Prof, thanks for insightful presentation. Nowadays, most manuscripts are being rejected during the desk review, especially in Elsevier. The editor comments mostly your paper is out of scope, though the manuscript is within the scope. How do you handle it?
Okay. I apologize. I probably is one of the guys doing this kind of things.
You are the editor.
Here's the thing. So the publisher will give the editor several options, so you can check the reason for that rejection. Okay. So if the editor is not that fully responsible, they probably just check the box and send it back to you. Okay. As the author, you don't get anything useful with this kind of thing. Okay. But for me, if I want to reject the paper, even the desk rejection, I will read at least the introduction or go through the paper very briefly and share with the author my comment. And most of the time, I get the even I reject the paper, I still get a response, some very simple appreciation from the author. Okay, because at least I get some comment. Okay, I think that's the author need. And this kind of issue you address actually has been discussed among the editorial board, not only for one journal, for a lot of journals, but the problem is most of the editor or co-editor or whatever, this is only the part-time job for us. We are not like a 100% full-time job for to be the journal editor. I believe no one will have ever done that, the crazy thing like that. Okay, so if you submit to the journal like a food policy, sometimes if the editor don't have enough time, they probably just do this kind of thing. Okay, so but as an author, I really don't like it because you almost get nothing. So next time, if you get this kind of rejection, so I always just forget about everything and move to another submission immediately because you it helped nothing. So don't worry about it. Just find another journal to submit your paper. That'll be good. So sometimes if you get a reject, but the editor really provide you a comment, you should be appreciated. Okay, because it means that he really spent the time to read your paper.
Okay, thanks. So I think what we can get very briefly from Prof. Chang's lecture today, introduction will be very important. And I believe the abstract is also important because most of the editors of journals would read the abstract at the first glance. And the scope, yeah, it must match the scope of the journal as well. And from your earlier lecture, you mentioned that ESG is also becoming one of the most interesting and popular topics of research. And from your search, it was indicated that it is the second most popular research topic. Of course, before that will be circular economy and the others as well, SDGs, etc. Current one will be still COVID-19. Yeah, and the title must be, here we call it wow factor, isn't it? Because people look at the title, they must be interested in it and would like to read further articles and so forth. Yeah, So thank you for the lecture, Prof. Chang, and it is with great pleasure for us to show our appreciation to Prof. Chang for this morning's, I would say, very enlightening lecture. And I hope all the participants will be ready, get ready to write next. And before writing, I think it is good to read a lot, because from the literature review, that would actually enable you to build up your problem statement or your research question as well as your research objectives. So also an important point to note would be the contribution of your research or your paper. Try to get familiar with the latest development in your research area and also target the appropriate journals before submitting for publications. So with that, let us put our hands together and show our appreciation to our esteemed speaker today. Thank you, Prof. Chang.
Thank you,
And,
thank you.
Yeah, before we leave the screen, let us take a picture. I think the Secretariat would like to take a picture for sweet memories. Secretariat, we'll say ready, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yep, okay, done. So,
Okay.
thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. For the participants, please go back and start writing.
Prof.
Okay, thanks, Prof. Both
Okay,
Profs.
bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
see you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.